Emily had always loved her birthday. The excitement, the decorations, the cake, those small, quiet moments of joy that made her feel like the world had paused just for her. But there was one thing about her birthdays that had never felt right. Every year, without fail, a card arrived. No return address, no signature, just her name written in neat blue ink, and two simple words, "Happy Birthday." At first she assumed it was a prank, a distant relative, maybe, or some harmless secret admirer. But the years passed, and the cards didn't stop. They got worse. By the time she was 13, they knew things no stranger should have known. Which team she played for, when she won a school contest, small private details she had never posted anywhere. Her mother had called the police, twice. There was nothing to trace. No handwriting match, no leads, nothing. The cards kept coming. Emily turned 23 on a cold November morning. She lived alone now. A small apartment in New York City, fully her own. 1 week before her birthday, the first package arrived. Her favorite takeout, receipt addressed to her name, no sender listed. Then a small stuffed dog. Then flowers in a glass vase. Each delivery felt deliberate, chosen, like someone had been watching her long enough to know exactly what would unsettle her most. The last box was the worst, plain brown, heavier than it looked. Inside was one of the old birthday cards, the same handwriting, the same neat blue ink, and a key, her spare key, the one she had hidden under her doormat 3 months ago. Emily's chest tightened. Someone had been inside her apartment, someone invisible, someone patient. She called the police. They were calm, professional, unhelpful. "If no one is inside, come to the station in person." She locked every bolt and sat with her back against the wall and tried to convince herself she was overreacting. She wasn't. Her birthday arrived. Emily checked every window, every lock, and positioned herself near the camera feed she had installed 2 weeks earlier. At 7 in the evening, she saw him, a tall figure, hooded, standing completely still at her front door. He didn't knock, he didn't move, he simply waited, with the patience of something that had never needed to rush. Then, in a voice that was calm in a way that had nothing to do with safety, he spoke. "You know what today is, my favorite day, your birthday," Emily called building security. They arrived in 4 minutes. By then, the man was gone. Not walked away, not retreated, just gone, as though someone had cut him out of the footage between one frame and the next. Her phone buzzed. Unknown number, no recognizable area code. She answered before she had decided to. Silence. Then, "You shouldn't have called them." The voice was low, unhurried, not threatening, which somehow made it worse. "Who is this?" she asked. "You've been receiving my cards for 11 years, the voice said. "You already know." "Who are you?" she said. A pause. Something in the silence felt wrong. Too long, too heavy, like the quiet before a structure gives way. "That's one name," he said. The call ended. Emily didn't sleep. By 4 in the morning she was still at her kitchen table. Every light on, cold coffee forgotten at her elbow. Outside, New York carried on the way it always did. Sirens, car horns, the low, constant hum of a city that never fully goes quiet, and then it did. Complete, impossible silence. No traffic, no wind, no hum. As though someone had pressed mute on the entire city. Emily went very still. The silence lasted exactly 7 seconds. She counted. On the 8th, something landed on her fire escape. Not the sound of someone climbing. No scrape of shoes. No rattle of the metal stairs. Just a single thud. Heavy and deliberate, like something had dropped straight down from above. Emily didn't move. Through the thin gap in her curtains she could see the fire escape railing. Old iron, slightly rusted, and resting on it, 2 hands. Large hands, too large. The knuckles were wrong, not broken, not injured, just bigger than they should have been. The bones beneath the skin structured differently, the way a familiar word looks strange if you stare at it too long. She stood up slowly from the table. Emily's phone slipped from her hand. She stepped back, once, then again, until her back met the refrigerator. She could hear her own breathing, uneven, too loud. The thing on the fire escape hadn't moved, hadn't spoken. It simply was. The way certain things exist that have no intention of leaving. Run, her mind said it clearly. Her feet did not respond. You don't have to be afraid, the voice came. Not from outside, not from inside, from somewhere between, close, like breath near the ear. Emily's eyes filled with tears, pure fear, nothing else. She pressed her hand over her mouth. What does that mean, she said. It means I have spent 11 years keeping you safe, he said. I didn't come here tonight to hurt you. Emily took a breath, unsteady. Then who are you? She said. And why are you here? He was quiet, one moment. Then, you are not just a girl, he said, simply, without drama, without pause, as though reading a fact from a page. You never were. Emily stared at the curtain. That makes no sense. It will, he said. Do you remember? You were 12, after school. Metro station, rush hour. The platform was so crowded you could barely breathe. Emily stopped. She remembered that evening, completely. There was a man, he continued, behind you, gray jacket. He pushed you, toward the edge, toward the track. I thought I slipped, Emily said slowly. You didn't slip, he said. He pushed, but I was there before the train was. You stopped him, Emily said. I killed him, he said. The same tone, the same steadiness, as though it were the only logical conclusion to that sentence. Emily's throat tightened. There was a part of her that wanted to say, that was wrong, that was murder. But that part was very small, and everything else felt something entirely different. All right, she said, surprised at herself. All right, I can argue about it later, she said. First, tell me what happened at that station. All of it. You were standing at the edge of the platform, he said. The train was coming when I caught you. That was the first time I understood. Something inside you woke up, just for a second, but it was enough. What woke up? You felt my grip, he said. A normal person would have gone into shock, fear, disorientation, collapse. You didn't. You looked directly at me and asked, why did you catch me? Emily was still. She remembered, completely. The hand, the grip, and her own voice asking that question. Her mother had called her brave afterward, but it hadn't been bravery. There had been no fear to be brave against. I wasn't scared, Emily said slowly. No, he said, because your instinct isn't human. It's a hunter's instinct. When danger comes, a human runs. You went still. But I've never done anything, Emily said. Never hurt anyone. You have, he said. You just didn't notice. What? When? 8th grade, he said. Sarah, your best friend. One day she said something about you in front of the whole class. You were so angry that Sarah had a nosebleed, Emily said. On her own. Not on her own, he said. Silence. Emily remembered that day. The anger so sharp her hands had been shaking. And then Sarah had just stopped. Hand pressed to her face, expression confused. I did that? Emily whispered. You didn't even realize, he said, because you've never been taught control. Not yet. Emily looked at her hands. Then she stopped. A vampire, he said, directly. You've been dormant because there was no one to tell you otherwise. And you, Emily said, looking at the curtain. Werewolf, yes. You spent 11 years protecting a vampire, she said. Why? He was quiet for a long time. Long enough that Emily thought the answer wasn't coming. Then, because, he said, and for the first time, the stone in his voice was gone. Something else was there instead. Heavier, older. You didn't find me. I was pulled toward you, and the things that pull me, I don't let go of them. Emily looked at the curtain. He looked back. She could feel it. The fabric hung between them. Just fabric. For the first time, it felt like exactly that. Not a boundary. not a barrier, just cloth. She reached out and pulled it aside, and for the first time, Victor stood directly before her.